New York City. It lives in the imagination long before you ever set foot on its pavement, a city of endless possibilities. But where do you begin? Forget the frantic pace. Let's take a deep breath and craft your perfect New York experience. This isn't just a checklist, it's a blueprint for making memories. Our journey starts in the heart of Manhattan, at the city's magnificent backyard, Central Park. This 843-acre oasis is a masterpiece of landscape architecture. Once inside, a few spots are non-negotiable. Stroll down the mall, a grand promenade shaded by American elms. It leads you to the stunning Bethesda Terrace, the architectural soul of the park. From there, it's a short walk to the iconic Bow Bridge, a perfect spot for a photo with the skyline peeking through the trees. To cover more ground, rent a bike and cruise the 6-mile main loop. Remember to ride counterclockwise. For a more relaxed pace, consider a pedicab tour. The drivers are often fantastic guides. Central Park is flanked by Museum Mile. The most famous resident is the Metropolitan Museum of Art, or the Met. Just sitting on its steps is a quintessential New York experience. Inside, you could spend days, so have a plan. Pick a few exhibits, maybe the Egyptian Temple of Dendur or the European paintings. A little further south is the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA, home to masterpieces by Picasso and Monet. And across the park is the American Museum of Natural History, a must-see for families. Pro tip: check museum websites for pay-what-you-wish hours. After immersing yourself in art, it's time to see the city from a different perspective. You need a skyline moment. For the classic picture-perfect view, my top recommendation is Top of the Rock. Its open-air decks offer an unbeatable, unobstructed view of the Empire State Building and Central Park. But you have choices. For thrill seekers, there's the Edge at Hudson Yards, with its angled glass walls and a glass floor that lets you peer 100 stories straight down. For an immersive art experience, Summit One Vanderbilt is a mind-bending world of mirrors. And of course, there's the original icon, the Empire State Building. Whichever you choose, book your tickets online in advance, especially for sunset. Now let's talk about Times Square. Is it a tourist trap? Yes. But should you see it? At least once. The trick is to do it right. Don't go during the day. Hop in at night after 9 p.m., when the sheer spectacle of the neon billboards is at its most powerful. Soak in the electric energy, snap a photo, and then keep walking. Your time is too precious. For a completely different kind of walk, head to the west side for the High Line. This elevated park, built on a former freight rail line, is a triumph of urban renewal. The best way to experience it is to walk its full 1.5-mile length. Start in the meatpacking district and walk north towards Hudson Yards. Along the way, you'll pass through lush gardens and see incredible public art. As late afternoon approaches, it's time for another iconic pilgrimage, crossing the Brooklyn Bridge. For the most magical experience, do this during golden hour. Start on the Manhattan side and walk towards Brooklyn. This way, you're facing the spectacular downtown skyline as the sun begins to set. Stay in the pedestrian lane and be mindful of cyclists. Once you arrive in Brooklyn, you're in Dumbo. Head to Washington Street for that famous photo framing the Manhattan Bridge. Afterwards, wander down to Brooklyn Bridge Park. Find a spot on the grass and watch as the skyline across the river transforms, lighting up one building at a time. It's pure magic. No trip is complete without acknowledging Lady Liberty. Seeing the statue up close is powerful, but booking tickets to go inside requires planning months in advance. For a fantastic and free alternative, hop on the Staten Island Ferry. This commuter ferry glides right past the Statue of Liberty. offering spectacular views of both the statue and the downtown skyline. Just ride it over and hop on the next one coming right back. While downtown, it's essential to pay respects at the 9/11 Memorial. The two reflecting pools, set within the footprints of the Twin Towers, are a deeply moving tribute. Visiting the memorial itself is free and a place for quiet contemplation. The adjacent 9/11 Museum offers the full story, but it is an emotionally heavy experience, so plan accordingly. Okay, let's talk food. You have to try a New York slice. For the classic foldable slice, Joe's Pizza is legendary. For bagels, there's a fierce debate. Essa Bagel makes them big and fluffy, while Russ and Daughters is an institution for bagels with lox. And you can't leave without trying a deli sandwich. The pastrami on rye at Katz's Deli is a rite of passage. It's huge, so consider splitting one. For a quick, delicious meal, find the Halal Guys street cart for their famous chicken and rice. Craving dim sum? Explore the bustling restaurants of Manhattan's Chinatown. And for dessert, it has to be cheesecake. Junior's is the famous rich classic choice, while Eileen's special cheesecake offers a lighter, tangier version. As night falls, head to a rooftop bar. 230. Fifth offers incredible head-on views of the Empire State Building. In Williamsburg, Westlight provides panoramic skyline vistas. Just be aware, many have dress codes, so think smart casual. So, where should you stay? For convenience, hotels in Midtown like the Moxie Times Square are great. For a neighborhood feel, consider boutique hotels like the Ludlow on the Lower East Side. For stylish, budget-friendly options, the Pod Hotels or Citizen M offer compact rooms in great locations. The most important factor? Make sure you're close to a subway station. Getting around is easier than you think. The subway is your best friend. The new Omni system lets you just tap your credit card or phone to pay. A few key things to know. Uptown means north, downtown means south. Check if your train is express, making only major stops, or local, stopping everywhere. And a cardinal rule, let people off before you get on. So, what does a perfect day look like? Here's a classic Manhattan itinerary. Start with sunrise at Top of the Rock, grab a bagel for breakfast, then a stroll through Central Park. Spend the late morning at the Met. Grab a pizza slice for lunch, then walk the High Line. As evening approaches, take the subway downtown and walk the Brooklyn Bridge at sunset. End your day with dinner in Dumbo and a final breathtaking view from Brooklyn Bridge Park. Boom! A perfect day. New York is a city that rewards walkers and planners. It can be intense, but it's also incredibly generous with its beauty and energy. So pack your most comfortable shoes, have a loose agenda, but be open to getting lost, and bring an empty stomach and an open heart. The city is waiting for you. See you on the sidewalk.